Hello and welcome back to another video by BestLathePlans. Here you can see an aluminium casting that I made for the missus, also for Valentine's. If you're interested in seeing some videos on my casting, then do let me know in the comments below. Anyway, this video is about Rolos, and specifically Little Rolos. Those of you familiar with the channel may have seen the time-lapse video of me making a larger Rolo for her birthday last year, but I decided to do a full video showing the entire process. Also, I just want to mention, hashtag not sponsored, bought my own, and other sweets are available. So, first things first, I'm going to eat some Rolos and we'll take some measurements. As you can see, the shape is effectively a cone with the point knocked off, or a cylinder with a trapezoid cross section. The height is 10mm, the top is 14mm, and the base is 16mm. That leaves a 2mm difference between the top and bottom, which makes 1mm either side. I'm only doing the measurements to the nearest 0.5 of a millimeter. It is chocolate after all, and there's loads of variance between each of the individual Rolos in the packet, so it's not really worth going to any accuracy higher than that. Using some trigonometry, we can work out the angle of the taper, and this can be done using the opposite and adjacent, which are both known measurements. This means all we need to do is the inverse tan of 0.1, which gives an angle of 5.7 degrees, and we will use 6 degrees. You can also see here I did a quick check by working the equation backwards. It's always handy just to double check your working by working the equation out using the angle and making sure that you get the right figures the other way around as well. You can see that I've labelled the drawing with 5 degrees, but I have actually double checked this with the measurement that I took on the lathe, and I did use the correct measurement of 6 degrees, not 5 degrees. So, now let's head over to the lathe, we'll get our 20mm round bar put into the chuck, and we'll start our marking out. Once the end was faced off, I turned down a small step to make sure that I had the correct diameter for the top of the taper, that's 14mm, and from there I adjusted the compound slide to 6 degrees, not the 5 degrees that I mysteriously wrote on the drawing, and I gradually worked in the taper. Also, I'm not too sure why, but I do find cutting tapers on the lathe oddly satisfying. Once I'd formed the taper in the part, it was just a case of adding the details to the top. I added a small radius, and the ring, and the centre dimple. This was all done by eye, as you can find in the chocolate original. All that was left now is the finishing touches. I polished the part using 3 different grades of emery paper. and I parted it off after chamfering the bottom edge. And that's it! I did need to knock off the stub with some sandpaper. I did this off camera, mostly because I forgot to move the camera before sanding it off. But you can see the final result here. And that's that! It's a nice little project for an hour or so, and it was greatly appreciated by the missus, which makes it even more worthwhile. As always, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Oh, and let me know in the comments if you want to see some videos of me doing some castings. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in one of my other videos.